But you see a tree outside, hop on it, start doing some pull-ups on that tree. You might be knocking on Marky Mark's door. Still coming for you, Marky. Running with Maverick and Wolfman. Wolfman here. Unfortunately, Maverick can't be with us tonight. He is busy with life because that's how life is. Busy. We have a great episode for you tonight. We've got 5 + 1 exercise tips to help you improve your fitness. But before we get started with that, don't forget to find us on Facebook, X, Instagram, the big one, YouTube. Consider subscribing. Make sure you smash the like button and the little bell. That's what helps all the algorithms so we can keep bringing great stuff to you. Also, remember, March 22nd, if you're looking for a trail run, maple syrup, and a bonfire, March 22nd, Maple Madness, Mud, Sweat, Tears. The link will be in the description below. Make sure you sign up, get your sweatshirt if you do so before March 13th. All right, moving on. So like I said, we've got 5 + 1 exercises to help you improve your fitness. We're going to start with good old-fashioned push-ups. I love push-ups. They're a great exercise you can do just about anywhere. You can modify them in so many ways, not just with repetitions, and they get easy, add a few more. You can play with your arm angle. You can play with the spacing of your hands. If they're too hard in a full plank position where you're on your hands and your toes, you can do them from your knees. You can bring your elbows in to make it even harder. Tons of variation with push-ups. They're just a great exercise. You can do virtually anywhere. Works a lot of different parts of the body. Just fantastic, and a fantastic exercise that'll help you improve your fitness. And if you're a runner and you're looking to stay lean, it doesn't pack on a lot of weight of muscle mass. There's one. Great exercise number 2, another basic. My good old-fashioned squats, or squats as I call them. I'm not talking about having to go down all the way to the ground. You go within the range that you're comfortable. That's another reason I like squats. Feet about shoulder width apart, toes relatively forward, keeping your heels as close to the ground as you can, and you're just sitting back. Too hard to do it that way? Lean up against a wall. You're going to slide down the wall to start that way. That gets easy. You move away from the wall. You can do different variations of squats. There's all kinds out there. You can play with the depth. If it's too hard to go deep, you just go, maybe 90 degrees, maybe 45 is your start. Maybe you're sore one day, so you do less or you don't go as deep. Again, variation. It's great. It's a great exercise. You could do isometrics and just do wall sits, which is, you slide down the wall to a certain point and then just hold it there. A lot of variety. I like variety. You don't need weight, although if they get easy and you want to add a few pounds, you can add a couple dumbbells in each hand. just to add some weight, but I'm not a fan of adding a lot of weight to squats. I know people do. I'm not one of those people. I don't like it. I don't think it's great to add a lot of weight to squats. Certainly, if you're in doubt, talk to your doctor. See if you should add weight or do a squat in general. But I don't like to add weight. So a few pounds, maybe dumbbell, 10 pounds, 5 pounds in each hand, something like that. So that's 2. Good old-fashioned push-ups and squats. The third one, again, another good basic exercise where you do need maybe a little bit of equipment, pull-up. Not my favorite thing, not a big fan of pull-ups, but they are an effective exercise. Again, working your upper body, you can play with the distance of your hands. You can do different tricks with setting a squat press weight or squat press bar off the ground, so you're kind of just coming up off the ground from your bottom to doing a full pull up. They've got assisted machines, they've got rubber bands you can use. There's all kinds of different ways you can start with something easier than a pull up because they are hard, and then build up to what's easy and then modify it from there to make it harder and more challenging again. One of the biggest things with exercise is challenging yourself so that you're continuing to build that strength. It needs to be challenging. If exercise is easy, you need to change it up. You need to make it a little bit harder, add some more reps, make it a little bit heavier, play with the hand width, whatever it might be. But if an exercise is easy, it's time to challenge yourself some more. So that's 3. Push-ups, squats, pull-ups. Another good exercise, again, you don't need a lot of weight for it, if any. You don't need really equipment for this one either. A bridge, okay? Now, I know a bridge is a different thing in dance and gymnastics world. I'm not talking about getting all the way up there on your shoulders and your feet into this like arc. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about laying down on your back, knees bent up, feet on the floor, and you're lifting your bottom up in the air. It's a good exercise, especially for runners. It works your glutes, works your hammies, both muscles that are largely ignored. Again, it's one that you can, go as high as you can tolerate. When that becomes easy, you modify it a bit. Maybe you start doing one-legged bridges, or what I call a figure 4 bridge, where you're not keeping one leg straight, but you've got it, your left foot resting on your right knee, perhaps, and you're bringing your bottom up, trying to keep your belly level, right? So now you're engaging that core a little bit. When that gets easy, you could put a pillow or something like that under your feet or under your shoulders, or these things called Bosu balls. It's like a half a ball with a platform underneath it. So you could do it with your feet on the ball or the platform, or you could do it on an exercise ball, whether it be your shoulders or your feet. That's a little bit more advanced. I wouldn't recommend trying that from the start, but bridge is another great exercise. So we've got push-ups, squats, pull-ups, bridges. Now on to core. One great core exercise I like, just basic crunches, right? And I'm saying crunches, not sit-up, right? There's a difference. You're relatively the same to start, but a crunch, you're just crunching your body up so you're getting your shoulder blades up off the floor. It's not a full sit-up. You're not coming all the way up. We're just focusing on those core muscles. Just a little basic crunch. Again, you don't need a lot of equipment for that. And that one, you can find all kinds of different core exercises. But if you worked yourself up to 20 to 30 crunches, maybe 2 sets of them in your routine, that's enough. I mean, that they're small muscles. You're working them to fatigue at that point, and you're really learning how to engage those. So that's a good core exercise. And lastly, the last one, clamshells. Again, you're working a muscle that's often missed, very important for runners and just injury prevention in general. It's on the side of your hip. You're going to lay on your side. You're in a knee bent position. You're just bringing your knee up, just up and down, keeping your hip rolled forward. So what I tell people is if you're kind of rolling, that's not a clamshell. You just want your knee coming up and down just a little bit. You might start with just little raises so you can get that knee all the way up. You can modify this one in a number of ways, but just regular good old clamshells are usually enough. If you Google search clamshell exercise, it should come right up in your Google search. Again, a lot of reps, 20 to 30 reps, and you'll feel that muscle start to burn probably well before that if you've never done them before. You might argue that that's a leg exercise, but I think it's part of the core. I think it's a great core exercise. So that's 5 exercises plus 1 to help you improve your fitness over the next month, weeks, year. Hopefully you'll see some improvement with those. Push up, squat, pull up, bridge, crunches, clamshell. Not a lot of equipment for any of those. Only one you really need equipment for is a pull-up. But you see a tree outside, hop on it, start doing some pull-ups on that tree. You might be knocking on Marky Mark's door. Still coming for you, Marky. All right. I hope you enjoyed the show. Looking forward to having Maverick back with us again next week. And as always, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Throw us an email. Love to hear your questions. We love answering your questions. Love reading the comments. If you haven't subscribed yet to our YouTube channel, please do so. And enjoy the run. Wolfman, out.